Last week was Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. A lot. We host. The group has gotten small.
I know.
We have a small family anyway. Our siblings are out of state. They come home for Christmas. So, Thanksgiving's quiet.
And my mother goes down to my sister for Thanksgiving. I still buy a 20-pound turkey.
Yeah, me and Kelly still prepares just in case 26 extra people show up.
And
we're ready.
We invited friends over because they were sort of in the same boat as us. And we said, why are we going to spend it apart?
We can name drop. It's Steve McMurray.
Yep,
His episode dropped. And, we felt like we needed to spend a little more time with him.
And our kids and their kids are very close, Jenna and our oldest. So they were equally as excited that they would have each other to hang out with.
They were going to be solo, really, just the four of them.
Yeah.
And really, we were just us and a few others. So we merged forces. It worked out well. It was actually perfect. The low key, had a fire.
That's all. Scott is
football.
all about Thanksgiving because there's no presents. There's no stress for you because you sit and watch football all day.
Do that on Christmas too, though.
In all fairness, I know you do. Well, you help me clean up a little bit, but
there's prep work, there's cleanup.
I have got to say,
the fire, full-time
this
job.
year was the best turkey I've ever made.
Yeah, talk about it.
And it was quite the process. So I decided I was going to brine a turkey this year. I've never done that. You can dry brine it, or you can use a wet brine. And basically, you're marinating the turkey. You need to do this for at least 24 hours. So like Scott just said, I have a 20-pound turkey. How am I going to marinate it? Because it's got to go in the fridge. You can't leave it out. So I was trying to find like a brining bucket. And I'm like, where do I go to find something like this? Avico Cash and Carry. We've mentioned them before. Up on Broad Street. So I went up there and I was looking for one of the big square. I mean, I've worked in a restaurant before. You know what I'm talking about. They're square and they're clear and they've got the measurements on the side. So I walk through there. I can find nothing. And I go up to the register just with my spices and the things that I was going to buy. And I said I was looking for a big square container. And the woman pointed over and they had these huge buckets that their olives get shipped there in. She goes, we sell these. Would you want it? I go, this is perfect. They charged me $3 for this huge bucket. I brought it home. I lined it. I got a huge turkey bag and I brined it. And it really was a lot juicier. I won't use the M word because I know you were looking at me.
I was going to try to bait you.
I know you were baiting me.
Why do you do that?
No, well, because, exactly.
What is the goal for the turkey?
It's to be very juicy. And it was. So it was a good turkey. Avico Cash and Carry. If you're looking for random stuff or just great deals on spices, they've got cheese, they've got pasta products, they've got paper products too. Like if you're hosting a big gathering in the back room, they have a ton of paper products and cups and stuff at discount prices.
So I didn't talk to you about this, but so McMurray had to keep it in check because he was doing the 5 a.m. on Black Friday morning at WKTV. So he's up at 3:15 or something ridiculous. So he was low key, which kept us in check. He must have made mention of cranberry sauce, or someone must have asked him about cranberry sauce on air because Nicole texted me and she goes, "No cranberry sauce at dinner," and I'm like,
"We've never."
I just responded with a text huh? What are you talking about? And she's like, "You're not watching the news?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not watching the news."
Oh God!
So there must have been mention. I don't know. I'll have to ask Steve how that got brought up on the morning news, but lack of cranberry sauce, which is weird because we do like cranberries and cranberry juice. I would imagine we like cranberry sauce. I like cranberries.
I don't like cranberry sauce.
You don't?
No.
Why?
And because it's gross. It comes out of a can.
It doesn't have to.
Well,
maybe next year that'll be my contribution to
Scott
Thanksgiving.
Scott is going to make cranberry sauce. This is going to be great.
Slow boil.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait.
It won't make the turkey juicier. What will it make the turkey? It'll make it.
I wouldn't. Nobody's going to put it on their turkey. For years, I used to buy. Okay,
I'm going to put it on the stuffing. The turkey.
I used to buy the can,
mix it with vodka,
and slice it. Oh my God, really? And nobody ever touched it, so I stopped buying it.
Okay,
sorry,
we didn't plan on talking about Thanksgiving,
okay.
But we did do. We always say we're not going to do anything the night before Thanksgiving, but our kids left. I don't know what they're doing. Our kids always leave us. We're like borderline empty nesters. We're empty nesters in training. And so it was 4:00 on Wednesday.
Yep.
And we were like, let's go to dinner. And so we're able to get into Nostro's on Genesee Street.
Early bird special, our favorite.
We are notorious. We're also preparing. We're like going to be the best old people ever. We've been in training for this forever. So
we're already old.
We love a 5:30 reservation. Yeah, we'll call around. They're like, we got a 6:30. You're like, that sounds kind of late. Yeah. But we got a 5:30 reservation. And we can talk about the experience, but my big takeaway, I don't think if we went to the McDonald's on Genesee Street, we might have been there longer.
Yeah, it was definitely
it was the fastest
quick
service. We ordered an appetizer. I don't remember the server leaving the table, and it was on our table.
It was the veal meatballs, but I think they have those prepped in the back
I'm sure
already.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally within a minute.
But to be fair, I think the reason it was so quick is we were the first people there. There was not another table.
They wanted to get the riffraff out.
Seated.
For the bougie Wednesday night crowd.
I think it was great, though. They got to focus on our meals, and our meals were fantastic.
Yeah, and they've got the older gentleman. I don't know his name. That's terrible.
He is so good with wine.
He was at the Willows forever ago, and now he's at Nostro's. And he reminds me of the dude from the Burbs, the Tom Hanks 80s movie, the older guy, the Klopex.
Yeah.
That's probably not a fair assessment, but super
nice
guy.
He's going to be mad.
Yeah, he's going to be very mad. He's their wine dude, because I can't say
connoisseur.
He might be, but Samyamle.
Oh
That's one of those words that if I tried to spell it, like spell check would have no idea what I'm talking about. It'd be like Somali. Yeah, so we utilized him. We wanted to get a bottle of wine, and we weren't quite sure, and he walked us through it. So, but listen, the food is good, really good. Different stuff. I got the Brazino, the whole fish.
Yep.
And they just kind of cut it and it's
this time they chopped the head off. Last time they served it with the head. Yeah.
Which is always interesting when you're eating something that's looking at you.
We have a friend that won't eat anything with eyes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Well, for good reason.
Yeah. But okay.
Growing up on a chicken farm, we'll do some things to it.
I got that. The saffron ravioli was really good. Yeah. It's so good.
We don't cook with saffron enough. We should. Yeah.
Yeah, you cook a ton.
Well, I mean, now I'm doing this cranberry sauce mix that I'm pretty excited about.
So after we went to Nostro's, we decided to stop. I mean, it is the biggest night out for drinking. And we were, like Scott said, we were done in 45 minutes. We weren't quite ready to go home yet. So we stopped over at a friend's house. We stopped at Steve and Carrie's house. This is how they ended up at our house on Thanksgiving. Because Carrie had this small turkey breast and said they were alone. I said, no, you're coming to my house. And so we ventured out. We went to the Legion first and had a drink there. Packed. I mean, there are a lot of people out. Yeah. And then we walked right next door to Perry's Pub and had one drink there. And then we decided to pack it in so that we would have a good Thanksgiving.
By 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was good. So two other things to mention. On Saturday, we made the trip down to Vestal. That's where I don't know if it was quarterfinals, semifinals, the New York State football tournament is still going on. And Frankfurt's 8-man team was playing against Pembroke, who had won 35 consecutive games, including last year's state title. They actually scored 107 points against Frankfurt last year, which was Frankfurt's only loss. So this was the big rematch, and Frankfurt was able to avenge that loss and win pretty handily, honestly. So they're moving on to the finals. The next game was Dowsville representing Section 3 against Clymer. And the Clymer's got a quarterback who's a sophomore. I don't have his stats in front of me, but this kid, probably potential D1 talent, just lighting it up, and he dissected Dowsville. I think it was 36-0 at halftime. He was just throwing darts. And by the way, it was cold, windy.
It was so cold.
I guess it didn't really impact them. And then the later game that night was Whitesboro. And they are moving on to their second state championship game in 2 years. And they're going to play the same team that beat them last year. Uphill battle, from what I understand. The team that beat them last year lost nobody. They're returning 12 seniors. And they're loaded. Yeah. So it's, but hey, that's why they play the game. You never know.
And then on our way home, because we were at the football game all day long, Jenna had basketball practice. When we got back, an hour later, we stopped at 1886 Prime. and grabbed pizza and wings, and their antipasto is huge. Like it's just packed with cheese and meats, and Tucker's doing a really great job down there. They made the switch to a certain, I think it's peanut oil. Is that accurate? Anyway, I know they're not using your traditional vegetable oil that is pretty bad for you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You made a big post. I honestly didn't read it all. Any post that starts with this is going to be a really long post. I usually don't read. It's a health thing, right?
Yes.
And to Tucker's credit, he owns a pizzeria and says that, we're notorious for not serving the healthiest food. And part of it is the deep fried and the type of oil. So they switched to a healthier oil, which is more expensive, cuts into profits, but it's better for people. He was on the Keeler show last week talking about it.
But our go-to down there is their house style pizza. It's just pizza. So good. Coconut oil. Okay.
But yeah, our go-to is the house pizza. He did a challenge recently. He said if you eat it there and you don't think it's one of the best pizzas you ever had, I'll give you your money back.
And you've got to leave a review. Like you've got to tag who's the guy from Barstool, the pizza guy that comes and does all the
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. And so I guess Tucker is trying to get him to come to 1886 because he's been at Slice and another pizzeria in the area. He was also at Oskanitz. So they're trying to get him there. So it was a great pizza. Great wings.
Cool. Big ask. Tall order. Portnoy is kind of a bit.
That's what I'm saying. He said he goes
summertime.
to Saratoga.
We saw him at Saratoga.
Yep.
We didn't hang with him, but we saw him from a distance, and he's a cult-like legend among the younger generation. So good for him. He's a Patriot fan, but you can't hold that against him, I guess. The other thing, what we're going to talk about with our Eat Local guys, they recently went to 1886 and did a little review. They talked about the burgers.
Connor had a burger there once and said it was great.
1886 are ridiculous. I can't remember which one I got, but it was.
Did you get the blue burger?
It was phenomenal, whatever it was. Yeah. And Tucker told me he uses a different kind of beef, and this is like the worst reviews. That's why I don't do food reviews, because I don't know. I just know it tastes good. He just eats it and says,
yes, it was good, or no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good.
So, all right, let's talk about what we got coming up. Busy weekend ahead on Friday the 6th. It wouldn't be the holidays without the Nutcracker. It's at the Stanley, 7 o'clock on Friday, and then Saturday back from the same time, 7 o'clock, and then Sunday a matinee at 2 o'clock.
The Utica Comets are home. They are on a winning streak, right?
It's the wildest thing, right? I don't, admittedly, we kind of stopped following the Comets. The kids were obsessed with them to the point where I think during their championship run, the second year they were here, championship game, our series run, I think we calculated we went to like 50 plus games home and away. They were obsessed. And then as the kids got older, they kind of lost interest, and, we do what the kids do. But anyway, they lost every game, or they didn't win a game. I think there's a couple ties in there or shootout losses for the first 12 or 13 games. And now they've won 5 in a row.
Great.
So they fired the coach, and they turned it around. So I guess it was all the coach's fault. Sorry, Kevin. Is it Kevin?
I have no idea.
I don't think he cares. He's not listening.
All right, let's move over to Turning Stone. Turning Stone, I just want to mention they have their gingerbread houses up, their village of houses there. It really is awesome to walk through, and the kids get a kick out of it. And so
I'm going to go the other way on this one. I thought it was so underwhelming.
Oh my gosh.
I remember we went a couple years ago. We were walking through, and I'm like, people come here for this?
People come. It's a big deal. Well,
it didn't impress me.
Anyway, go to the casino. I want to go to the casino on Friday.
Your kids.
Yeah. Keith Urban will be there Friday night at 8 p.m. We saw Keith Urban.
The luckiest thing.
Yeah.
We've had a couple moments like this in our life where we just kind of stumble upon really, and I guess that's probably what makes them memorable events, is sometimes when you plan things, there's a lot of hype and things can't live up to it. But we were at a work conference and in Nashville. And they put us at the Gaylord, which is walking distance to the Grand Ole Opry. Yep. And we want to do all the Nashville things. We're like, we got to go to the Grand Ole Opry. Let's see who's playing. Oh, by the way, it's Keith Urban.
And who was the other guy?
Chris Jensen.
Jensen. That's who it was.
Buy Me a Boat. Open.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, his show was even better.
We had never heard that song before. We heard it. Scott's like, I love this song.
I played it for like 2 straight years relentlessly.
So anyway.
It's my go-to summer song.
If you want to see Keith Urban, he'll be at Turning Stone at 8 p.m. and tickets start at $138. There's still plenty of tickets available.
Saturday are the finals. So it's kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny if you're going to freeze at the Frankfurt game, but they found a way to get every single state final game into the JMA wireless dome, the Carrier Dome, and except for the 8-man games. So
boo whoever's in charge of that. I think it's terrible.
So everyone will be watching warm, cozy, comfortable state championship games in the dome. The people in Frankfurt at 3:00 will be in a town called Moravia. Okay, if you have Google Maps, there's a 50-50 shot. They know where Moravia is.
It's west of Portland. We looked at this on the way home from Vestal
The weather
last
forecast is like 7 degrees, snow, 30-mile-an-hour winds.
It's going to be great.
Have fun, Carrier Dome fans.
I agree. Boo whoever's in charge of that. All right. This is a big deal. It's the 20th annual New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss at ADK, the Utica Odd, at 7 p.m. The Pioneers men hockey team will take on SUNY Geneseo. You bring a new stuffed animal to the game. When Utica scores their first goal, fans throw their teddy bears onto the ice. All toys will be collected by New York Sash and donated to the children in the community for this coming holiday season. Doors open at 6. Puck drop is at 7. Get there early in case of an early goal. If you are unable to make it to the game and you would still like to donate a teddy bear, you can go to New York Sash's showroom in Whitesboro and bring a teddy bear to him.
Jay, you following UC hockey? Okay. All right. Well, we didn't do much prep work on this. They're always good. I'm just wondering if they're like really good this year, exceptionally. I don't know.
By we, Scott means me. I'm the one that's in charge of this. Yeah. I gotta step up my game.
That was a dig.
Yeah, I could tell. Dig.
All kidding aside, we talk a lot about Utica Greens. We talk about Utica Riggies. We talk about the Boilermaker. I think if you're going to talk about staples, and when it comes to events or just things in the Utica area, this is one of them. Mm-hmm. And admittedly, we've never done this. Right. So we talk a lot about this is something we should do, Jay. Like, what if you have a Central New York bucket list? Like, what's on your Central New York bucket list? We should do a little social media thing on this. We've never been to a teddy bear toss game.
Yeah.
So, all right, that was uncomfortable.
We're gonna be at the football game on Saturday. We can't do everything like it.
I didn't say this year.
Okay,
I just pointed it out.
All right.
Yeah, I mean it's on the bucket list.
Okay.
Yeah, if we did it this year, it wouldn't be on the bucket list.
Okay, fine.
And then I just got to live another year. Okay. Christmas jazz dinner with Double Tap Live. Ooh, Toca Boca.
Yeah.
Right in Herkimer, huh?
Yeah.
Where are they fitting it? I guess they got that big dining room.
They've got a huge dining room there. In the corner there, they probably put, and it's only
parking is a struggle. Use the Burger King parking lot if you're going to Toca Boca in Herkimer.
And it's only guitar and saxophone duo, so it's not a full band. So, yeah.
We got to get back there. It's been on our short list of, we went when they first opened. We're those people. We went for drinks.
We've actually gone there twice. We went when they first opened. We went with Bert and Tamara.
The oil man.
Yep. We went again for dinner one night. We stopped there for drinks once, remember? And we didn't get anything to eat. But yeah, we've been a couple of times, but we do need to go back for dinner. Yep.
Now that the crazy rush has ended. But anyway, I don't know who Double Tap is, but I'm sure they're good. Joe Sweet likes to bring in good musical talent. Make reservations at tocaboca.com. And now Kelly can talk about SantaCon, which apparently is a big deal. Another thing I've never heard.
I had no idea what this was, so I Googled it. SantaCon are these huge events where people come dressed up as Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, elves, any reindeer, anything that has to do with Christmas. And apparently, like I had mentioned it, and Connor had mentioned Binghamton, I guess, does a huge one. New York City does another big one. But Utica does one, and it'll be at Celtic Harp starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday. It's hosted by, like I said, Celtic Harp. And we were up on Varick Street 2 weeks ago. Remember when we went to Nail Creek?
We went to the Irish Center thing.
Yep. And they have a huge tent, that's all insulated and everything Celtic Harp does. So it's huge, and it's fully heated, an outdoor tent. And all the proceeds go to the House of the Good Shepherd and West Side Kitchen. And so I did a little bit of research. West Side Kitchen, St. Mother Marianne Cope grew up in West Utica and went on to devote the last 30 years of her life to help out people. Now her name embraces the hospitality of those in need of her hometown. A soup kitchen at St. Joseph's on Columbia Street in Utica. They give out lunches. They serve hot lunches from 11:30 to 12:30, Monday through Friday, and bagged lunches on Saturday and Sunday for people that are hungry. So
this is a fundraiser?
Well, SantaCon is a huge event, but the proceeds, I guess, they decide each area donates them to different. Yeah.
Right. I mean, what do we got? Oh, that's Saturday still.
Saturday.
All right. Sunday, Vernon Downs. What goes on at the Winter Festival?
The Winter Festival, it's a huge indoor like craft fair shopping event. They have over like 70 vendors where you can go there. It's inside. Obviously, there's the Racino if you want.
The Racino's next door. You can also drive over or take a shuttle to see the gingerbread houses at Turning Stone. I heard they're lovely.
Oh my God. You're full of it today. It's going to be a great day.
We don't drink during the week, so we're feeling good.
I'm thirsty.
Starting to remember my childhood, so we better end this streak soon. That's it. Well,
and like I said, there are plenty of crafts and things going on. Like I know our friends at Madison Hotel has a craft thing going on. And another thing that's these blown glass ornaments. I've seen these. They are selling out so quickly. Like there's no seating available. So I didn't want to mention them. There was one at Fly Creek for like the last 3 weeks and it sold out immediately. And then there was another one. I can't remember where the other one was, but like it's difficult.
Okay. Well, hey, it's good when things sell out.
Well, right. It just means people are out and doing things. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
All right, gang. See you out there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Love Living Local. As you know, we do not run ads. Our only mission is to shine a spotlight on amazing people doing amazing things here in our local community. If you'd like to support us with this mission, we have 3 ways you can help. You can share our content on social, subscribe or follow the show on your favorite podcast platform, and you can visit our lovelivinglocals315.com website to stay up to date with everything happening in Central New York.